Hey guys, how you doing? Well, I got another package in the mail. I was expecting this one as well. Any of you that follow Relic Hunting Scotland, Dave, anybody that follows his channel knows that not too long after I did my video on fixing the Garrett Propointer that Jet Ski John gave me, Relic Hunting Scotland, aka Dave, broke his. Same story, same situation. I attempted to talk him through it, and he, gave it a try, and did the same thing John did, pulled the whole circuit board out a little too far and broke the coil wires. So that's what's in here. Excuse me, and some other stuff. Let me get it unpackaged and I'll show you. Okay, so here's what all he sent. Got some more of those Olympic coins. Another thing I wanted to show you guys that's pretty cool is I bought these here, binoculars, at a yard sale a couple of weeks ago for $1. I mean, they're the real deal. They're not the kids' ones. I looked them up online, and they're not all that old. I mean, they're from the 60s or 70s, so I'm not worried about them being World War II antiques or whatever. What I did notice is that the lenses right here come off, and you get this, which makes an excellent loop for my camera. And then we zoom in, we get some amazing close-up detail if we can get the light right on these coins he sent me. Look at that. That one is actually swimming. This one is tennis. I think that's the high jump. And then looks like female weightlifting. So the other stuff is the switch he bought for his repair, which I'll try to use on, off, or vice versa. The little bits and pieces that came flying out of his pinpointer when he took it apart. The rubber button on top of it. And you're going to love this one, guys. He went to Jared. That's right. He went to Jared. Not Jared's the jewelry store. The guy who owned the field. The farmer's name was Jared. Just kidding. No, this is just a little gold ring he found, and thought he would offer it to me in kindness for helping to fix his Propointer. And here is his Propointer that he had fail on him. There's the cap to it. And just like John, as he was pulling this part out, these coil wires got disconnected from their home. So we are going to attempt to do like we did with the other one we have that works just fine now, and reconnect everything. That's a pretty good zoom. That's where they go. Look at the dirt in here. Man, Dave, you really used the heck out of this thing. Whoa. Might have to clean that up a little bit for you. Looks like it got wet as well. Shouldn't be too big a deal though. But this is something that I've never seen. Look how far out, look how far he wore that thing out. Let me zoom back a little. I never saw anybody wear one out like that. I'm surprised he's not through the plastic and into the ferrite coil on the other side. So here's the bazusticated wires. Black one goes in the middle, red on either side. Yep. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate the kind gesture. Some more coins to add to my 50p collection that I've got going. So we're going to start some repairs and get to the finished product, and we'll come back to you. Alright? Thanks for watching. First thing you want to do is take the black wire and strip back the insulation about a 1/16 of an inch. the red wires, it's actually varnish. So you want to take a blade and scrape that off, being sure to go all the way around all the way around the wire to get all the varnish off of it to have a nice clean surface. Next thing you want to do is prep this surface here. So I'm going to go ahead with a soft toothbrush that I have over here and brush out some of this dirt for them and clean up these connections. They actually go on this side here, and get back to you. So as time would show and experience would show, I figured out an easier way, for me anyway, to repair the switches on these things. I've totally removed the old busted out switch and discovered that if you put jumpers in straight across all of them like so, all you have to do at this point, boodly ding, all you have to do at this point is make a connection between the two far ones on the left, top and bottom, looking at it just like this. So I'll turn it around, now they're going to be on the right. So we need to make a connection between these two and these two. But since we have jumpers on the back side going across here and here, and I found out we need to jump across here as well on the back side, all we have to do is get from one of these and connect it to either one of these. I only chose these because they were easier for me to solder. So now we have the full connection. It's looped all the way around. So now when we put the battery in, it's going to just turn on. And now it's on and ready to go. Except for it's looking for a signal, which it's not going to get yet because we don't have the coil hooked back up. So we're going to hook the coil back up, excuse me, and show you what we got. So here we have it, black in the middle, red on either side. Now let's see if we got it right. That's my hands touching across the coil. So here we go. There we go. Look at that. So here's the finished product. One repair I had to make to my repair was where I soldered those two yellow wires on the back side, on the opposite side of the jumpers. I realized after I tried to put it back together that those were on the wrong side. So I flipped the board over, took the wires off the back side, or what I was calling the front, and soldered them to the jumpers I put on the back. And then I took some of this here, Loctite epoxy, marine epoxy. Now this is a setting time of 2 hours, but you're really supposed to let it set overnight before it's any good. This was recommended and used in a video for search coils when you're on the beach. I guess they wear out pretty quickly. Gravediggermax. Gravediggermax, thank you very much. Appreciate the tip. This stuff works awesome. I actually fixed my kitchen faucet with that. I left the button intact and I just pierced the wires through it. They were sturdy enough to pierce right through it. I left that intact just to minimize any, what do you want to call it? Minimize any water penetration or whatever you may have just from the added holes I put in it. Now you still have the problem right here with the speaker hole, and I did go a little bit overboard with the epoxy, so it looks kind of crappy right now, but I'll hit it with some, I got some spray paint up there, and tomorrow morning I'll hit it with some rattle can black and at least make it look okay for now. So it works. It's not as loud as it used to be, and I apologize, Dave. Like I said, I did get a little bit of that epoxy inside that little speaker, the buzzer, so to speak. So I do apologize for that. It does work, though. If you want this Propointer to be 100% waterproof, excuse me, all you have to do is put a little bit of epoxy over those holes. It won't be as loud, but you'll be able to hear it still. I had to actually clean those out with a little tiny piece of wire right there just to open up the speaker hole a bit, because like I said, I went a little overboard with the epoxy and filled those holes in, and at first it sounded okay, but once the epoxy sort of set down inside of there, it really got muffled, and I wasn't really happy with it. It was too quiet. Now it's a little muffled still, but my titanium ring on my pinky. So there you have it. No, I'm not that smart. So there it is, Dave, all fixed up. I will let this dry overnight, and at some point this weekend I will ship it back to you. I'll spray paint it black real quick just to hide the ugliness of what I've done to it. But once this epoxy sets up, that switch is going to be basically part of the unit, and those wires ain't going anywhere. It's going to take an X-Acto knife and some patience if this fails to do another repair. But if it does fail again on you, Dave, send it right back, buddy. I got you. Anybody else that's got a Propointer that has this kind of problem, and it's out of warranty, or you can't find your papers, or you don't feel like paying shipping back and forth to Garrett, go ahead, send it over to me. Probably cost you the same in shipping both ways, but I do barter. So if you want to, like Dave did, send it to me with a little bit of something that'll cover the cost of shipping for me, so be it. I don't mind doing these at all. This is easy for me. This is fun. And there it is, folks. One more repaired Propointer. Thanks for watching. Check out RelicHuntingScotlan. His name is Dave. He has some amazing discoveries on his YouTube channel.